Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. Bhagavad Gita as it is. I'm gonna read entire book. Some 50 centuries ago, that Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to his friend and devotee Arjuna. The Mahabharata tells of events leading up to the present age of Kali. Now we should understand that why Shri Krishna told Arjuna entire Bhagavad Gita and where was it created. So it was created in the Mahabharata war, and now we should learn what is Mahabharata. So here I will tell you Mahabharata story in short in just 5 minutes. Dhritarashtra and Pandu were brothers born in the Kuru dynasty, descending from King Bharat, a former ruler of the earth, from whom the name Mahabharata derives. Because Dhritarashtra, the elder brother, was born blind, the throne that otherwise would have been his was passed down to the younger brother Pandu. When Pandu died at an early age, his 5 children Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul and Sahadev came under the care of Dhritarashtra, who in effect became for the time being the king. Thus the sons of Dhritarashtra and those of Pandu grew up in the same royal household. Both were trained in the military arts by the expert Drona and counseled by the reversed grandfather of the clan Bhishma. Yet the sons of Dhritarashtra, especially the eldest Duryodhan, hated and envied the Pandavas. And the blind and weak-minded Dhritarashtra wanted his own sons, not those of Pandu, to inherit the kingdom. Thus Duryodhana, with Dhritarashtra's consent, plotted to kill the young sons of Pandu, and it was only by the careful protection of their uncle Vidura and their cousin Lord Krishna that the Pandavas escaped the many attempts against their lives. Now Lord Krishna was not an ordinary man, but the Supreme Godhead himself, who had descended to earth and was playing the role of prince in a contemporary dynasty. In this role, he was also the nephew of Pandu's wife Kundi, or Pritha, the mother of Pandavas. So, both as a relative and as an eternal upholder of religion, Krishna favored the righteous sons of Pandu and protected them. Ultimately, however, the clever Duryodhana challenged the Pandavas to a gambling match. In the course of that fateful tournament, Duryodhana and his brothers took possession of Draupadi, the chaste and devoted wife of Pandavas, and insultingly tried to strip her naked before the entire assembly of princes and kings. Krishna's divine intervention saved her, but the gambling, which was rigged, cheated the Pandavas of their kingdom and forced them into 13 years of exile. Upon returning from exile, the Pandavas rightfully requested their kingdom from Duryodhana, who bluntly refused to yield it. Duty-bound as princes to serve in public administration, the 5 Pandavas reduced their request to a mere 5 villages. But Duryodhana arrogantly replied that he wouldn't spare them enough land into which to drive a pin. Throughout all this, the Pandavas had been consistently tolerant and forbearing. But now, war seemed inevitable. Nonetheless, as the princes of the world divided, some siding with the sons of Dhritarashtra, other with the Pandavas, Krishna himself took the role of messenger for the sons of Pandu and went to the court of Dhritarashtra to plead for peace. When his pleas were refused, war was now certain. The Pandavas, men of the highest moral stature, recognized Krishna to be the supreme personality of Godhead, whereas the impious sons of Dhritarashtra did not. Yet Krishna offered to enter the war according to the desire of the antagonists. As God, he would not personally fight, but whoever so desired might avail himself of Krishna's army, and the other side could have Krishna himself as an advisor and helper. Duryodhana, the political genius, snatched at Krishna's armed forces, while the Pandavas were equally eager to have Krishna himself. In this way, Krishna became the charioteer of Arjuna, taking it upon himself to drive the fabled bowman's chariot. This brings us to the point at which Bhagavad Gita begins with the two armies arrived, ready for combat, and Dhritarashtra anxiously inquiring of his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do